Hello orienteering friends, welcome to my first race of the 2025 season. I'm now running in category H45 and this was a race in this sandstone area that is near it's called Czech Eden, so it's a natural protected area, very nice and especially very nice for us orienteers. Here to the first contour I started a little bit, I would say unfocused. At first I was just following these runners. I had, for me it was the first few meters were still, you know, adjusting to the map, and I didn't catch that exactly the point where I am. So I realized it only when I was passing this young, thicker forest. So I had to, you know, cross over to the path here that leads to my first control. Now at this point I was quite confident where I am, and yeah, here I was basically following this edge of this small valley, and obviously I wasn't like very confident where exactly the control is going to be, because it's getting harder for me to read the map, so I had to use the magnifying glass here, and so here I'm trying to figure out where the control can be. I didn't have the descriptions printed out, fortunately they were on the map. You can see the control right now below me, but I didn't spot it, the control here. I just figured, you know, maybe the control is below me, and so I decided to go down. Probably lost a couple seconds here. Second control, that was obviously easy, because I just followed the terrain, and around these rocks, basically, you know, just copying the contours here, and trying to, you know, keep the right direction around it. But it was easy, because you have this, you know, big hills, big rocks on your left, so I was just following them, here I'm trying to read the contours, and now I think basically the control is somewhat in front of me. Here I was trying to figure out which, you know, sort of a bump is this on the map, and now in front of me is the control, I think, and yeah, I had no issue with this second control. Here I'm just trying to read the control number from the descriptions that are placed on the map, which is always a bit tricky, because you are still manipulating with the map, folding and you know, looking. Now I'm just adjusting my bearing, let's say. Here I think there are two possibilities how to get to control number 3. First you get to this crossroad or junction, and then you can go to the left or to the right. I think if going to the left it would be slightly shorter, but I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to cross through the forest because it looked dense. So here I decided to run around and just to use my speed, because here I was still feeling quite well. So the next few steps I think are quite clear, because now I will go to that clearing and basically straight to the control. For me this was a good choice because the navigation was sort of easy. I didn't have to think much, it was all, you know, straight lines basically. The only difficulty was the attack of the control. I didn't read the map precisely and ended up slightly to the right, so I had to go around this small sort of you know, like small hill. I should have followed that guy that just disappeared from the view. I think he was also going to the control, or not? Ah, no. Anyways. Ah yeah, he's got... Oh, wait a minute. No, he's not going to the control that I have. But my control is right behind this big bump. So now I realized it and had to go around. So this was probably the only minor difficulty I had here. Now to the third control. Well, I think I was too lazy to continue uphill, so I didn't go through that small, like a tunnel, and didn't continue along, let's say, the top. I decided to go down, straight up down here, and below the rocks, along these you know, small young forests. It was runnable fine, so I think this was quite a good route choice here. So you can speed it up. I got let's say a little bit uncertain behind that fallen fence. There I wasn't able to see forward because there were a lot of these small trees, and they were blocking the view to the contours. So there I stopped briefly and I was deciding on my, you know, on the direction. So that was you know, sort of a mistake. Here I should have continued just straight, not go down. Here I'm checking basically my position on the map, and here I'm a bit you know, confused because I'm not really seeing the contours in front of me. I was expecting some sort of hill which showed up now, and here I got, you know, certain, and there were also some people, so they guided me to the control, let's say. Now control number 5. That was a tricky one, at least for me. How to say that? Well, I decided to continue straight now, and no, I climbed up here. Okay, so here I decided to go straight, or straightish. I didn't notice that, or it didn't occur to me that I could have gone more to the left and basically climb up to the top of the hills. As you can see on the left, there are these houses, and to the right of them there are the rocks. I could have run around the houses there, but I think I missed that option. I think here, if I would go more to the left, really left, I would have been able to get to the top and then run more like straightish and freely. I wanted to climb up within one of these tunnels, but whenever I looked, it looked difficult. So I decided not to go there and just continued. But my mind was set to still look for an opening to climb up these rocks on my left. And as you can see here, I'm pretty much losing lots of time, like 20 seconds just by looking around. Because here on my right there is this clearing, but the map doesn't really reflect that, so I was a little bit confused, and that's why I was hesitating there. Now, you know, again, I'm checking if I'm able to go through that opening, but it was all sort of narrow and, you know, looked really difficult. So I still just continued around the hills, and I wasn't so fast. If I would have a clear strategy in my mind, I would have been faster, definitely. So the thing that I saw other runners do was to run all around all these rocks, and then they were faster, and they were not losing time by, you know, checking if there is a possibility to climb up, as I'm still doing. So that's why they were much faster. I think the fastest option was to go to the left from control number 4. There is this small path leading to the houses, and take that path and then along the houses and to control number 5 from the top. Here I should have just continued around the rocks, and I was still set up to the possibility that I will climb up somewhere anyways. So I decided to go here and then you know, attack the control from the top. It was not a bad decision, it just was not the fastest one. And as you saw, I was losing a lot of time by just checking all the possibilities how to climb up. So next time That might be fast. Might I may decide otherwise. If you want, you can just skip to Control 6 now. Here comes the first long leg of this. This is a classics, so a long run. But it was very easy. Basically, very straight, almost to the north. The only, decision that I had to make was I think there was, I wasn't making much of a decision. As I said, it was mostly straight. When I got to that fence through this valley, I just crossed through that green forest, or thick forest, and then straight through that narrow right. I could have gone slightly to the left. There was a less of a climb, let's say, but other than that, it was okay. And then I just ran straight along that narrow right up until there was this bigger path, and there is sort of a clearing, like a very narrow clearing, so I ran along that, and then when I reached the how would you say that, it's like a small stream, so there was this slight bend of that stream, so from that I took a bearing straight to Control 6 along the vegetation boundary, and that was fine. I didn't have any issue there. So now you can just speed it up. I will let it running as it is. So here I'm trying to decide on my next move to control number 7. Taking the bearing. Initially I wanted to go back to that bigger road, but I got slightly lost. Now, as you can see, I'm pointing to the direction where I want to run, but I don't know, maybe I did not, I think I did not take the bearing properly, so or didn't pay too much attention, or got, you know, somewhat lost in this thick forest, lost the direction, because as you can see I'm not running. My intention was to run more to the right from, you know, like basically almost straight to control 7, but I'm running more to the left, and as you can see there is this first stream, so I was like, okay, that's the first stream which I expected to be in front of me. And then I don't really recall how that happened. I wanted to, you know, hit that clearing there, so somewhat here I turned, but I didn't really adjust it, the bearing, and didn't really adjust it my map, so I think I was out of focus, and I was sort of lucky that I saw that clearing now in front of me somewhere. So I was going in that direction. Just wait a minute, I should get there soon. Well, you can see that I'm not very confident about my position, but the clearing was sort of visible, so I was heading towards that clearing. Now from the, you know, from the retrospective of mine, I should have gone through that clearing, or, you know, take the route to that bigger path and use that one, but I didn't do that and just continued. I thought, yeah, I will try to find this small path. It will be good, I will manage it through the forest here. And honestly, not a very good decision, I think. It was not very easy to, you know, properly orient in this forest for me. And so I was constantly sort of losing the confidence and focus, and I wasn't really sure where am I, like for example at this position. Whenever you see me checking my position, it means that I'm not 100% confident. And here I started just follow somebody. I remember that at this place I thought that I'm already a little bit further, you know. Here, as you can see, there is a path, but this path is not really big and it's not really visible in the map. It's more of a vegetation boundary maybe. And I was expecting that I'm already like 100 meters in front of me, so that was also, you know, something different. Here at this point I got really confused because I wasn't able to identify this thick forest in front of me, and also I wasn't sure about this little stream on my right side. Here somewhat I just followed the direction, the bearing that I had set previously. I knew that the control must be somewhat in this direction, so I just ran this way because it was, you know, there was a small path, it was runnable. Although now I'm really not able to say, you know, where am I? So I'm very confused. I told myself, okay, get to the end and try to, you know, figure out where you are. Here I was like, okay, so I'm lost. I have to find someone who will tell me where I am.
Do piče, takže já běžím někam úplně.
As you can see, I'm looking in the map
sever
and
je
trying
takhle.
to find myself. At this point I even was like worried that I had my map orientation
Tak kde
wrong,
jsem teď, ty
and I
vole.
was thinking maybe I ran totally other direction. So here I was really confused. And I was, you know, just waiting or hoping that someone will appear here and tell me where I am. I noticed on my left there were some houses, so I was like,
Nevím, které jsou
but
baráky.
am I on the right side of the map or on the left side of the map? And then I noticed these two runners.
Ale chlapi, můžu se zeptat, kde
So
jsem?
I asked someone.
Já jsem
one
měl
of
blbě
them,
otočenou mapu a
yeah, this
vůbec
guy, I asked him if he knows
Já
where
fakt
he
nevím.
is.
taky nevíš, jo? No,
He
protože já
was
jsem měl,
also
Brazily.
lost,
já jsem měl
so
blbě
Jdeš na
otočenou.
sedmičku.
No, na sedmičku.
Já taky.
Ale tak my budeme asi tady u těch baráků, tam jsou
we were
nějaké
starting
baráky.
to search together, and
Tak to bude asi
you
taky
know,
doprava, no, tím pádem.
somewhat I got an idea that maybe
No, tak to se nedá nic dělat.
we are near this,
Možná jsme tady.
you know,
Tady za náma
It's
tohle
not a
tohle, že by
clearing,
byla ta pěšinka
it's,
k těm barákům.
clearing
No,
where
tady ta
are young
pěšinka, takže
trees
takže bychom
already
mohli-
growing up.
Takže by se byli
So
u tohohle.
jo.
Tohle to bude to za
we
No,
agreed
no.
on that, and
No, můžeme to
that's
oběhnout, tak
why
jak jde
I'm
on.
pointing in that direction and telling him, okay, then we should go straight and
Tam je ta bažina,
basically
víš, aby jsme-
around this big marsh that you can see, which is between us
Jo,
and
ale
the
to je ono,
control.
jo, to bude ono.
And then we just, you know, struggled a little bit to get through,
Takhle trošku.
but we were able to find the control. And since control 7, since you find the control, you usually get you know, this sort of an anchor point from where you can really start. And from that point I was basically running with this guy, and we were more or less like checking on each other.
No, taky jsem
He was
někde
slightly
tam, ale-
better physically, so he was
Blbě si
in
mi tady
front of
hledá
me for most
cestu.
of the time.
Pozor.
and that way it was sort of easy for me the rest of the race. Here you can just maybe speed it up. We should be near the control soon. Yeah, and there were other people, so that helped us to find the control definitely.
Dobrý. 71. Já jsem myslel, že jsem se ztratil.
From here, I
jsem si
think
myslel,
I
že
should
jsem
have
se
gone
ztratil
back
a-
to that narrow
Až
ride,
zas tak jsem se nestratil.
but
Takže
I decided to go,
Severit,
you know,
další číslo,
straight-ish
další
to
číslo.
control number 8. Similarly, that guy, but I wasn't really following him. It just, you know, you both are running to the same control, so what would you do, right? I remember that when I got to the main road, I got there sooner than I expected, and I was a little bit confused because of that, but I soon realized this and just continued straight. Here and there I'm sort of losing my you know, concentration. Yeah, this was the first clearing, and that's where I was a bit hesitating. At this point I think I was already okay and confident where I am. Now obviously my intention was to go and sort of get to
jak to bylo
that
tady? Teď jsem tady, aha.
junction, which is at the end of this clearing, and from there go somewhat, I don't know, maybe it's eastward, I guess. But there were other runners running into this direction, going to the same control, so that was again sort of easy for me. As you can see, that guy in front of me is definitely from my category, so I was sure that I can just sort of follow him. Yeah, so now you can skip to control 8 because here it was easy, just follow, I was just following the contour here below the hill, and that led me to the control. but finding the control was again easy because I had these guys in front of me. Without them, it might have been a little bit more challenging because the control was behind that big boulder. Yeah, now here basically I took the bearing sort of, but my intention was, you know, take some sort of direction and get to the road, and then you will hit the control anyways, so you can speed it up to this, you know, it's like a compulsory control because they want to you know, the organizers want to have a control over where the runners are passing the road, I guess. Here I wasn't even losing time by drinking, although it was a possibility. And yeah, from here I took the bearing, and yeah, since there was these other guys, I was sort of following them as well. Without them, I'm thinking that maybe I would go slightly more to the right, so I could avoid that sort of light greenish area, which was still perfectly runnable. It wasn't that difficult. Probably this part was the most difficult, I guess. So here it was slightly uphill, so that was also difficult, like physically, but other than that, this was like easy. You can maybe speed it up. When I get below that hill in front of Control 10, I will start commenting again. So here I was, you know, reading the map and you know, thinking what's next. I identified that when I will climb up there should be some sort of shallow valley, and I should cross it slightly to my right, and there should be my control. As you can see, here is the valley, and the control is basically sort of in front of me, and there are two guys going to the same control, so it was very easy, although the control wasn't visible without the guys in front of me. It would be a little bit difficult to get to the control. Yeah, seems that I was already tired and, you know, falling down. Anyways, control number 11, and that was, you know, my idea was to go slightly to the right and get to that junction, but I wasn't so precise in taking the bearing, or maybe I was too precise in running straight, and I just passed this valley around the hill, you know. Probably I didn't want to run straight uphill, so I went a little bit around it, and then I ended up a little bit off from that junction, so I just decided to go through these erosion gullies and basically cut it short to that bigger path, you know. Yeah, I wasn't very happy about these erosions. It's always, you know, slowing you down, but I was like, whatever. It seemed shorter that way, and now I'm just heading to this path. I remember that I was sort of tired, and I wasn't really fast as I would want, but I decided to go along this road, path, get to that point where is this sort of fence. I think on the map you would I saw it as a fenced area. It was some sort of water station. So I got to that point, and I saw that guy running around from the left side, so I decided to follow him. It seemed like, okay, it will not be so uphill maybe, but I think running from the right side of that fence, of that water station, it wouldn't make a big difference. And here starts the rocks, right? So I was, you know, sort of cautious, and I knew that at this point I was quite confident that I'm at the first, you know, like little valley, and I need to get a little bit further. Even this one was not the one I expect. Like I expected it. I expected the control a little bit further, like where the guy is going. So he was there just to confirm my deductions, and yeah, I slide it a little bit to the control. The control number 12, there was just, you know, for me the biggest obstacle was the green forest in front of me, so I decided to go around. I'm not sure if, you know, going through this forest, if I would be faster than going around. And I think that for me this was a good decision, although definitely it was a longer path overall, and maybe someone, you know, more courageous was faster. But here I sort of followed the contours. I was just, you know, I was trying not to climb too much because the control looked pretty low, let's say. So I was just, you know, keeping my elevation sort of steady. As you can see, the guy in front of me is running more to the left, whereas I decided to go more to the right, even lose some of the elevation, you know, just to, you know, gain some speed maybe. But it seemed to me that if I will be going correctly, I can't miss it. So here I expected the small path. I was looking around for it, and here it is. So I briefly just, you know, stopped maybe. Here is the first little rock, and then I just, you know, went around and was focusing to get to this next small rock. And here I'm meeting the guy as well. Yeah, I think I shouted at him, pointing out to the control. Yeah, and that's it. Control 13, here pretty simple, I would say. First I wanted to get to that junction of where is this like a bigger path compared to the one that I'm running on right now, and from there I wanted to get a bearing and run straight to the control. And I think that was like I was very happy with this decision and with my execution, because I was able to hit the control precisely, let's say. It's a significant tree, so it was visible from afar. But I guess that you know, it would be difficult for me to properly guess the distance if I would go through that narrow ride and then turn 90-degree left. I think that would be difficult for me to nail that position where to, you know, turn left and straight to the control.
Sorry.
Now we are going back to that, you know, we are crossing the road again basically, so that's the compulsory control, let's say. the easiest way was to get back to that narrow right from the number 0. Here
Pičo, vole.
I almost killed myself. I stepped into some small ditch, probably ditch, but it was a very small one, barely noticeable. So it took me a while to get myself together, but you know, the path was laid in front of me easily,
Au.
so you can now speed it up to control 14. Again, here I skipped the refreshments. I thought it's only 3 controls to the end. I should be able to do it quickly. And since I saw these 2 guys in front of me, still the same 2 guys in front of me, so I just followed them. And it was not prohibited, you know, sometimes organizers do cross this path, these roads, so we are not able to run along them, but this time it was allowed, so it seemed like a good decision. The next point for orienteering was this clearing. And then, you know, I was heading to, you know, straightish to control 15 according to the bearing, let's say. The control 15 was a little bit tricky or a little bit difficult because again, there are these small trees, so you don't see clearly the rocks and the openings through the rocks. So I was just, you know, following the contour. here obviously I'm a little bit tired, so I'm just walking. But that way I didn't miss the proper opening. Yeah, my GPS seems to be a little bit off, or not. I don't know. Well, let's see. Okay, the control is here in this how you call that, chute or a tunnel? Maybe, yeah. And then you know, to control 16 I was already looking into it, and I thought that probably going on the top of this hill would be the easiest and the most logical choice, because I'm already climbing up, so it wouldn't be a big of a difference. Maybe it would be even, you know, more difficult to climb up to control 16 again from the valley. So once I got here, I was basically ready to run. Here you are clearly in this narrow ride. So now I was focusing like at the bend of this narrow ride. I was my intention was, okay, so when there is this bend, you continue a little bit and then sort of to the right, and you should get to the control, which will be, you know, again from the other side of the rock, or of some small, like a ridge. How would you call it? Yeah. And again, this guy who is in front of me sort of guided me again. So this made my, you know, it was sort of boring in this way, because I had this a leader in front of me, let's say. But now he took a little bit different approach. He went down to the valley. Instead, well, I decided not to go down there. I was like, this looks dangerous. I'm not going to, you know, slide down. I just followed here this paths, and I was looking for a proper place that would look easy. And once I found it, I just go straight to this road, and just basically here I was a little bit tired, and I didn't have enough, you know, morale to go straightish to control 17. I was like, it doesn't make sense, you know, I wouldn't be gaining that much, and probably I would be even slower, because I wasn't really able to keep my pace running uphill. So I decided just to, you know, go around these small hills and just follow the paths basically. And I guess at least for me it was a good decision. Overall the race was pretty fun. I do like rocks. It's always challenging for me, and you know, that way you enjoy the race. And I was happy that for the most part I did good decisions, even though number 5 wasn't the best one, the best decision. And to control number 7, I did get lost. I admit that without the help of these other 2 guys, I would be struggling there maybe a little bit longer, because I wasn't sure where am I. The weather was good. It was not so cold, it was not so hot, the sun was shining, no rain, so very much enjoyed, and I thank to the organizers from the Turnov club. It was nice, very good course, let's say. I hope you enjoyed the run, and see you with my next adventures. The season just started, so expect more and more videos now. Bye.
Čau. Ahoj. Dobrý. Na jednom místě jsem se ztratil. Tam jsem si říkal, sakra.
Taky pěkný přeběhy.
Tady, když jsem běžel ze 6 na 7, tak já jsem se zorientoval nějak, ale podle mě blbě. Měl jsem otočenou blbě mapu.
Jo, takže
A já jsem jakoby šel sem.
Jo.
A říkal jsem si, že je divný,
A chtěl jsi spíš jako pravou stranou, předpokládám.
že přecházím ještě tady tenhle, protože já jsem přešel jednu vodoteč a pak jsem přešel ještě tady tuhle a říkám si, to je divný. Pak jsem se objevil tady na té pasece, říkám, jo, jsem dobře. Jo. Tak jsem běžel dál, tady jsem... ale tady jsem se nějak ztratil, jo, protože jak tady to, já jsem myslel, že půjdu víc odsaď a pak najednou jsem se objevil, já jsem to nějak prošel tudy, tam byly nějaké cestičky a objevil jsem se tady, jo, ale nevěděl jsem, že tam jsem, jo, to bylo jako vtipný, já jsem pak jako si říkal, asi jsem tady, protože jsem viděl ty chaty. Tak a pak jsem se tam potkal s nějakým dalším borcem, který říkal, no já taky nevím, kde jsou. A pak jsme viděli právě tady tuhletu, tak jsme asi tady, tak běžíme tam, takže pak jsme to oběhli takhle, tu bažinu a našli jsme to, no. Ale tam to bylo jediné místo, kde jsem se ztratil, protože jsem na chvíli ztratil koncentraci, víš.
Takový ty přeběhy a pak...
No, tady to byl jako docela dlouhý přeběh, ale vlastně nebyl tak hrozný, protože tady jsem se běhl z kopce, tady toto byl v podstatě mírný kopec. Já jsem to vzal tady tím průsekem, nebo co to je, protože jsem si nevšiml, že tady je takové trošku údolíčko, jsem mohl běžet trošku vlevo tady. Ale furt rovně a pak tady prostě u té vodoteče jdem. A myslel jsem si, že nepoznám to rozhraní, ale bylo tam krásně poznat, takže bylo jako, bylo to dobrý, no.
Ty máš cvrklou mapu.
Já mám malinkou mapu.
Ty máš cvrklou.